Welcome to the Morale Booster Network, a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the general public to give back to the society through coaching and mentoring. I remain your host, Dr. John Ugulu. I am an author, speaker, and strategist. I always say experience is the best teacher. You can stream or download this podcast from YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Google Podcast, Player FM, and Pandora. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world you are joining us from. Once again, my name is Dr. John Ugulu. I remain your host. Today, I have a guest who is currently, somewhere in Europe. And before I introduce him, I would like to do what we typically do. I'll first of all talk about something that would help me pull out the best in you. So, welcome. This is the Morale Booster for those of you who are just joining us for the very first time. Yes, this is the Morale Booster Podcast. It's a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, and the general leaders and the general public to give back to the society through coaching and mentoring. So, what we do is we typically bring in the best of the best people in the industry, the best people who would be able to help you move from where you are to where you want to be. I always like to remind us that experience is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. So before I bring in our guest for today, I want to talk to you who's listening to me. I want to talk to you for just a few minutes, about 5 minutes. And today I want to share with you some strategies on how to effectively manage time. Some strategies on how to effectively manage time. When it comes to time management, we all need to see it as what we are in this world to do. You being in this world is just for one major thing: to pass time, to go through time. But within that period of time, what will you accomplish? Would you be able to deliver your gift? Would you be able to empty yourself of all those innate gifts that came with you into this world? Would you be able to do all the things that you would love to do while you're still alive? In my book, I wrote a quote that says, "Every human being was conceived in the womb and will one day end up in the tomb. But what matters is how we live our lives in between the womb and the tomb." That's time management. There's one thing every human being, every one of us, there's one thing we have in common. Whether you're tall, short, slim or thick, gray, blue, white, whatever, you know, male, female, there's one thing we all have in common. And what is that? We all have the same 24 hours. Only 24 hours. Only 24 hours. I was speaking to a friend of mine some time ago, and I asked him how he's managing, how things are with him. And he said, "My brother, I'm juggling with my employment. I'm juggling with a business that I'm trying to run by myself. But the challenge I'm having is that I do not have enough time to juggle my work. That's my job, my employment, my business, family time, and health goals." And I waited for him to finish that conversation. I asked him a question. I said, "So are you saying you don't have enough time to do everything that you would love to do?" And he said, yes. He said, time is a major challenge for him. And I said, oh, that's great. But here's the news I want to tell you, my friend, that you will never have enough time. Never, ever, never. That's what I told him. Because why? We only have 24 hours. Once it's 11:58 p.m. at night, you only have 2 more minutes before it gets to the next day, right? So all you need to do is to find a way to manage the time, to find a way to incorporate everything into your time. And time management strategies are what will help you. And this was exactly what I shared to him. I asked him, do you write down your daily tasks? And he said he doesn't. That he just, when he wakes up, he will just jump on, whatever he feels is necessary at that point and start doing it. I said, great. That's where you are getting everything wrong. So this time around, my friend, I want you to try a different approach. I asked him to get a journal because Emily Dickinson said, the brain is wider than the sky. Do you know what that means? The brain might look small, but it is bigger than the sky, which means it has the ability to process and accommodate millions of information. In fact, studies have confirmed that the brain processes millions of information within a minute. That's 60 seconds. So what does that tell you? It means that not until you understand how to effectively utilize the brain, how to effectively utilize time management skills, you would end up having too many ideas, no clear direction. You would end up having too many uncompleted tasks. That's why you must get a journal. Look, I always have mine with me, right? I think on paper. I always go around with my journal and the pen inside of it. When any idea comes in, I write it down. That way you can organize. That way you can follow that strategy of one task at a time, one day at a time. That's the only way you can manage your time. The first strategy is learn to think on paper. Write down your daily tasks. Write them down. There's nothing more interesting than checking off what you've accomplished for the day. That's the sweetest thing ever. It inspires you to do more. It inspires you to keep up what you do. So write down your tasks. And the second strategy I want to share with you is divide your task into groups. Have your personal tasks, your personal goals, right? Have your spiritual goals, have your health goals, right? Have your family goals and your social goals. Break them down. You don't necessarily have to do everything at the same time. Break it down, but make sure you touch every one of them on a daily basis, even if it's just one out of it, one of each out of each category, but make sure, because whether you like it or not, you would not have enough time. The only time you have is the time you have. And that's what you are here to utilize. And the earlier you start writing it and start being intentional with what you do with your time, the better it will be for you. So go and get a journal. If you have not been doing that, I want to use this opportunity to remind you, go get yourself one. Start thinking on paper. All right. Thank you so much. I know everything in life is a cliche, but it is whenever that cliche resonates with you that really matters. Our goal is to inspire you, to motivate you, to help you get to the next level. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I don't know where you're listening to me from. I don't know what you think or know about yourself, but what I know for sure about you is that you are an abode of greatness. And always remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. So thank you so much. I will be bringing in our guest for today because he's in Europe, all the way in a different continent. I know it's pretty late over there right now. Now, our guest for today is Coach Teon Singletary. And he has been featured on ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox online platforms. Coach Teon is also the host of the TSLE WLI podcast. He's a military veteran and a world class coach who brings magnetic energy to the stage and inspires people to live the best life they possibly can. He believes that each of us has the potential to be great, and everyone has a story to tell. His passion is to support driven leaders and speakers who desire personal empowering coaching to gain clarity so they can lead with practical systems. Coach Singletary served in the military for 18 plus years, almost 2 decades. Take note, as a leader who guided thousands of people to excellence with precision, his coaching skills have been developed into a useful, compassionate, and straightforward method to help people like you get what you want. And that's why they call him the coach. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want you all to join me as I welcome to the stage this great man, this motivational speaker, this man whose leadership skills knows no bounds, no other person but the great Coach Teon Singletary. Thank you, Coach, for joining us. Welcome to the show, Coach Teon.
Thank you, Dr. John. I am just so excited to be here with you, and man, I am so humble for the opportunity and humble for the kind words that you have just shared about this country bunking right here. But
Yes,
I'm just
yes,
so excited to
yes.
be here with you.
Yes, thank you so much. First of all, thank you for your service because it is because of people like yourself that made it possible for people like us to come into the United States and have a platform to share our voices.
Mm.
So thank you so much for your service. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you will continue to do for the country and for the world in general.
Oh yes, oh yes. Thank you.
Great, great, great. All right. So, Coach Tion, I know you are a great student of leadership. Leadership. You eat leadership, you breathe leadership, you sleep. Everything is leadership. And to top it all up, you are a partner. You work in collaboration with one of the world's greatest leadership coach, John C. Maxwell. So, can you please share with us in your journey of studying leadership? Um, John Maxwell always says that everything rises and falls on leadership. What would you say about that when it comes to an organization? What's the importance of leadership when it comes to an establishment, an organization?
Thank you, Dr. John, for that question. And you are right. John Maxwell says that everything rises and falls on leadership.
Yes,
Nothing more, nothing less. Because leadership is all about influence. So when you are in an organization and with the thought of leadership, the leadership drives the culture of the organization. So
right,
depending on how the culture is with the leadership, guess what? Your people, everyone that follows the leader, gonna have that same culture. So if you have a toxic environment, then your people within your organization is going to be toxic. But if you have
right,
a growth in learning culture, then your people will be more creative with ideas that will come forth with things that in order to improve and grow the organization in the whole. And that's what you want. You want individuals that will buy into the vision. So when the leader share the vision of what's to happen within the organization, and the people buy into it, oh my God. I mean, it is going to be a great great turnout because that's what you want out of anyone. Any type, it could be a small team, two, three, four, five, or even 10, 50, 100, or 1,000. If everyone buy into the vision, the purpose of the company, man, that company will thrive within its community because everyone is moving in the same direction together.
Wow, that's true. I completely agree with you on that. Now, I've heard John Maxwell say things like, um, give your 80% to the 20%, right? Which means you focus more on those who are willing or who understand the vision and are willing
Yes.
to invest in
Yes.
themselves. So, what do you think about that?
I like to go a little bit more deeper. Instead of focusing on the 20%, how about you focus on the 10 core percent?
Wow.
Because when you focus on that small group, it gives you the opportunity, the time to be able to pour into them than ever than before. And then by growing their leadership lid, because there's a leadership lid,
Right.
your leadership lid may be a 5, but if you have a leader that may have a leadership lid of an 8, they can build you up to a 7, right? May
Right.
not be able to be on the same level, but they can build you up to that 7. But now, if that leader is growing themselves as well, then their leadership lid will grow up to a 9 or a 10. Now
Mm,
they have the capacity to influence the followers to grow up to an 8 and 9 as well. So
mm,
that's what it really means of being a not just a good leader, but a great leader. And a
wow.
great leader is someone that truly have a learning mindset, a growth mindset. Doesn't matter who they talk to or who they are around. Their goal is to not only add value to you, but allow you the opportunity to add value to them as well.
Wow. 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 That's powerful. Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you so much for that. Now, I've got a question I want to ask you now.
Mhm.
Now, in a small business where you have two leaders, two founders, right? And one of them is the one with the drive, the spirit, and the other one is laid back. And in a situation whereby decisions have to be made, the laid back one doesn't even make any, you have to push and push and push and push just to make a simple decision that can be made within a few minutes. So, what's your advice for people who find themselves in that situation based on leadership? Because now we're assuming these two people are leaders,
Mhm.
but with different drives. So, what would you advise to, a small business that is going through such a situation?
So here's the thing: the most difficult person to lead is yourself.
Right.
So if you can effectively lead yourself, then you can lead your business partner as well. So starting with yourself. Like for me, I am both of what you said. I have a part of me that is driven and high energy like I am right now. Then there's a part of me that is an introvert and want to be by myself and don't want to do nothing. Right? I
Right.
procrastinate a lot. So the goal is to lead myself in order to grow myself.
Right.
So for the one that may be laid back, they gotta just find a drive. They gotta find something that motivate them in order to push them. And the best thing that can motivate you is to speak it. Yes, you may be laid back, but when you wake up in the morning, you gotta say, "Oh, I am ready for this day. This day is about to be a great day. I cannot wait. I am excited for the possibility and the opportunities that's gonna come my way. Come on,
Mm.
baby, come on down, and I'm gonna knock you out."
Right.
And that laid back person will start receiving the energy they need to drive, to move
Right.
forward, right? So speaking, helping that person to speak life into themselves. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So when
Right.
you start speaking those things over yourself, now that laid back leader could turn into a driven leader, a leader that is motivated to push and go, right? Now, the one that is already high energy, sometimes you may have to bring your energy down because they may be intimidated, right? Because
Right.
that laid
Right.
back person don't want to chill. So you tell them, come on, man, let's go. That person may not want to go right now. So calm down, pipe down, bring your energy down just a little bit, and meet them where they are and help pull them up to where you want them to be. So that, don't be overpowering over them. Just give them the space and the opportunity to drive on where they need to go. And within that partnership, again, everyone have their scripts and everyone have their weaknesses. So being able to just come to the table and lay it all out. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm great at. These are the things that I have issues with. And someone within the group may be strong in your weakness. So letting each other know what your weaknesses are can help the team to grow to newer and higher heights. Right?
Wow. Wow. That's great. That's great. And thank you so much for sharing that. Now, for those of you who are listening to us or watching us, I want you to please like and share this broadcast because you might just be saving the life of that one person, that one business that has been waiting for a lifetime just to hear these words, right? Words are powerful. Am I correct, Coach Tion?
Yes, you are, Dr. John. 100%.
Words are powerful. So please like and share this broadcast because there's one person on your contact list who has been waiting for a lifetime for you to share this message. So don't be lazy about it. We're not asking you for money. All we're asking you to do is share and help somebody heal somewhere. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. Now, there's so many people who know that they are not yet living a life of purpose and they just have one or two limiting beliefs
Mm,
that is holding them back. I know some people who have been telling me for a long time that they wanted to start their own podcast. They wanted to, start their own coaching business. And when I try to follow up with them, at some point they pull back. So, what's your advice to those people who are still held down because of limiting beliefs?
so everyone have limited beliefs. Okay,
Yes.
we can't run away from that. I mean, that is a fact, right? Everyone was born with deficiencies. That is a fact. You can't run away from it. So get out of your way. Get out of yourself way, right? You already know that you have some deficiencies, but don't allow your deficiencies to hold you back. When you do that, you are allowing someone else not to reach their greatness. So by
Right.
you not moving through your limited beliefs and just saying, poor little me, it's because of my environment, or it's because of the people how they were speaking to me, speaking down on me. Well, guess what? You can combat that. You can counterattack that by speaking life over yourself, over your limited beliefs. I mean, it's okay to have limited beliefs, but once you are aware of it, that's the first step. There's a program that I got that's called Conquer Your Fears, Five
Right.
Steps to Success. And the first step is awareness. Find out where you are. What are your limited beliefs? Once you put a name on the limited beliefs, then and only then you can begin to prepare yourself to conquer that limited beliefs. Right?
Right.
Because if you don't, it's going to hold you back forever. And you don't
Forever.
want that. You do not want that. So
That's correct.
name it, name it, whatever it is. And now the goal is to create some good habits, some goals, some milestones on how to break that free. Now,
Awesome.
again, we get in our own way with this. It's called self
100%. I agree.
yeah, yeah, it's called self sabotage, right?
Mm.
So stop doing that. Why are you hurting yourself, right? Stop hurting yourself.
Right.
Move out of the way. Get out of your own stinking thinking and push forward because there is greatness inside of you, and you
Right.
are greatness made from greatness. You
Mm,
have the tools and the techniques and the resources inside of you to conquer those limited beliefs. So you
mm,
just gotta just change your words, change your vocabulary, change the way how you see yourself, change your perspective of life.
mm.
And when you do that, my brothers and sisters, when you do that, greatness is right around the corner.
Absolutely. Wow. Wow. Powerful. Powerful. Thank you so much, Coach, for sharing that. So, I know we're running out of time. So before we go, I would like to give you 1 minute to speak to that man, that woman who is currently heading towards leadership. Give them some tips, some words of encouragement that would guide them from the beginning of their leadership journey and to the top. 1 minute.
If you are working towards being the best leader that you want to be in your life, the first thing is you have to first lead yourself. Once you are able to lead yourself and grow yourself, then you will be able to receive the experience that you need in order to lead others. So, a leader is always a follower first. So, once you find someone that you can follow, that is a good leader to what you want to become, follow them, grab them by the coattail, and follow their lead. And sooner or later, when the time is right, you will be put into position to lead. And guess what? Because you did that right, you will lead well. So the first thing, lead yourself well. When you are able to lead yourself well, then you have the potential to lead others well as well. Because the main thing is, how can you teach someone or how can you lead someone if you haven't learned yourself, if you haven't lead yourself? So start with self first. Find books, audios, find mentors and coaches that can build you up and coach you to where you need to be. And then like John Maxwell say, be a river and not a reservoir. Begin to share those tips and techniques and trades with others to help build them. Because the goal is to empower, inspire the greatness in others. So, my friend, you have the potential. The goal now is to do that. Lead yourself well, and then you will have the ability to lead others well as well.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Look, I am inspired. I am a lifelong learner. And look, you have touched me. You have elevated me. You have boosted my morale today. And I'm so happy about that. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join. I know it's pretty late over there now. It should be like past midnight, I guess.
Yes, it is. We are burning the midnight oil, baby.
Oh
Let's go.
yes.
Let's raise the
Oh
roof
yes.
up in here, up in here.
Great, great, great. Thank you so much, Coach Teon, for joining us. And if you're just joining us for the first time, please remember, like and share this broadcast because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. Like and share. Thank you so much, Coach Teon. And I hope when next I invite you, you would come and join us.
Yes, we will. Thank you, Dr. John, for the opportunity, and I look forward of hearing back from you soon on hearing and seeing the great things that God has inspired you to be doing have in life as well.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I just want to remind you that there'll never be a perfect time for you to start. Okay? A wise man once said, start with whatever you have, wherever you are. If you're waiting for the perfect time, it will never be, it will never come. All right? So, in life, we have to learn to be we have to learn to constantly teach ourselves, absorb new ideas, learn from people who already know more than we do. and implement it. Like he said, we should learn to be like a river and not a reservoir. Whatever information you learn, make sure you put it to good use. I want you to remember that you are an abode of greatness. Please like and share this broadcast. And thank you so much once again for joining us. God bless you. Bye.